Reddit, what secret are you dying to get off your chest? I ducked up the promotional posters of a well-known martial arts film by editing its Wikipedia article with incorrect character names before it came out. The company in charge of the posters was incompetent enough to use Wikipedia as its source for the names of the characters. The hospital I used to work at lost a baby corpse because it was mislabeled. My son's 39th birthday is next Monday. He's been a gigantic Simpsons fan since the show debuted. I got a custom-made Simpson-themed portrait of him, his wife, and his daughter, plus their 2 dogs, Simpson-fied. They're sitting on the Simpsons couch, and when I showed it to his sister, she freaked out about how good it came out. I simply can't wait to give it to him and see his face. Edit. I won't publish it before next Monday. But if there is still interest, I'd be happy to upload the digital proof they sent me. I have 3 testicles. Like, not even joking. Congratulations. I'm Irish. The word for another is pronounced Ella in Irish. So you are Nutella in Ireland. I don't love my nephew, yet. People seem to instantly fall in love with babies. But as I held his 2-day-old baby, I felt absolutely nothing for him emotionally. I mean, I care for him and all, but just feel nothing. It was the same for my 2 nieces when they were born. I felt nothing for them until they were about 3 months old. And they could remember my face and would actively look for me, remember me. Now I can't imagine my life without those 2 girls, and I love them to death. It kinda makes me feel like a shitty uncle for not instantly loving these kids from the moment I first met them. I found out my dad is not my biological father. My dad died last year. After that I took this DNA test because it would be fun to find more about my dad's family. Well, instead I got 50% match with a man I don't know, suggesting that he is my father. I haven't yet contacted him or confronted my mom. I don't know what to do with this information. A dad and father are 2 different things. A dad is the one who saw over you with love. A father is a person on paper. I don't feel close to some people in my life, and I've known them for 10+ years. Like, I don't know what to talk about with them anymore. You know? I'm sure they feel the same way. We don't talk that often. Makes me sad sometimes. I feel like a lonely wolf again. I don't love all but one of my siblings. And I have enough baggage from my parents to fill an airport. For a long while I've been generally apathetic about most things. Like, feeling anything other than nothing is too much effort. I had pretty much accepted that's just how I was now. But recently, not even all MS feel as good anymore. And it's starting to concern me a little. Sounds like depression, man. Should speak with your doctor. I set up a surprise flower delivery to my wife's workplace today. I'm excited for her reaction. My ex and I were both suicidal in high school. And there were times I considered picking them up to go for a drive and driving us off a cliff. I never said anything about it to anyone. Never tried it. Never came close to acting on it. That was a long time ago. I tell people that my mom taught JZ at Trenton High School. I mean, it's possible and likely. But I have no actual proof. That the demands of the world seemed like such a waste of time. If I had my way, I'd move somewhere I could enjoy the sunset and call it good. When my sister and I were kids, she had a doll she loved that my stepmother donated. My stepmother apparently asked her permission, and my sister agreed because she was only 4 and was being coerced into it by our stepbrothers. She adored that doll and cried for months about it. My sister is now 26 and is 5 months pregnant with a baby girl. So I tracked down one of those dolls on eBay and sent it to her. If all goes well, it should arrive about a week after the kid is born. Since I escaped an abusive relationship, I've tried a lot. And I mean a lot of relationships, but truth is, even if I feel attraction at first and I can show care, love, attention, etc., it feels fake. Deep inside I don't feel a shit besides being mildly horny and get bored of the relationship faster than with some games. I'm really tired of this. Edit. Bro. I was seriously not expecting this. Thanks for all the comments and conversation today. Since COVID hit, my life has been on perpetual replay. Work. Watch baby. Laundry. Dishes. Sleep a little, repeat. Well, lately I've been having days where I just hate having my wife and kids around. I just pretend I'm okay and everything's fine, but yeah. OP is a damned good dude. Just wanted to say that. Responding so nicely to so many. Can we all appreciate how active and wholesome OP is in this thread? I'll go first, I guess. My mom is cheating on my dad and has been for a while now. She doesn't know I know, and I don't know which of them to tell. Or if I should just ignore it and stay out of their business. I have already been vaccinated. First dose only, but I haven't told anyone because I don't want people to start making plans socially with me. I'd rather stay home. I don't like my parents and I am on the verge of hating them too. I am scared of their obsession about me, especially since I'm an adult already. I'm terrified my future partner will be similar to them. And that I will pick up a partner with patterns similar to them. I'm terrified I will never have a healthy relationship because the obsession I faced included sexual harassment too. I feel guilty for hating them, I guess, but I pretend we're good. Every day I pretend we are happy because I feel bad for them. As a widow, I want to viciously slap married people who treat their spouses like shit. Why do you still get your spouse and chose to be an asshole to each other? Why did my husband, who I loved and adored, and he loved and adored me back, have to die while two ungrateful piles of shit just go around making sure they ruin their spouse's days? I talk a lot and can have conversation with mostly anyone, but I feel so ducking stressed and awkward, and I hate to talk with people beside a couple of persons. People tell me I'm in a bad day and all when I don't, but I just don't like talking to people I don't know very well. I pick my nose with my thumb. This is the most ducked up secret so far. You're an animal. I'm not suicidal. I absolutely hate everything about me and wish I were completely different. Looks, personality, voice. I'm tired of life. I have a happy family, an amazing girlfriend, an amazing home, but this year I just don't feel like living anymore. I can't enjoy things. I can't feel much anymore. I don't want to do anything and I just don't know. Something I saw that helped me. You don't want to die. You just want your life as it is to be over. It is change that you want, not death. Work toward a goal to change your situation. The suggestion of therapy is a great place to start. Hope this helps. I'm terrified my husband will realize that I'm so not worth all the effort he puts into our relationship and taking care of me. I've got a chronic illness and he's had to add taking care of me to his plate on top of already being a wonderful husband and father. You're worth it. You're more than your illness. I'm mentally confused to the point where I can't tell fiction from reality. If you're also having insane headaches and neck aches, or weird nerve sensations, get checked for viral meningitis. Had it. Thought I was crazy. Kept it to myself until reality was blended with my auditory and visual hallucinations. Plus a dash of what I would call early onset dementia. Just couldn't remember things anymore. Going to the hospital, it took a few times for it to be diagnosed. Then took a while to recover. But yeah, if this sounds familiar, get it checked. I've been getting molested by my little cousin ever since we were little. It started as him wanting to kiss me and my other little cousin under a cover, but she said no and I've always wished I had to, but I was like YTF not, and I kissed him. Now I'm scared of going to visit my relatives in case it happens. He once wouldn't leave the bathroom cause I wouldn't kiss him and essentially locked the door. My little cousin had to go get an adult to make him open it. I'm so ducking sorry you're living through this. Tell your doctor, teacher or school counselor. They legally have to take it seriously. I still have feelings for the girl that cheated on me. I hate her a lot but still can't get her off my mind. Normal reaction, my dude. It's okay to still want all the other aspects of a personal relationship even though it can't work out because of a betrayal. I haven't cut myself in about 2-3 years now. And I'm doing a lot better than before. But I still feel shitty from time to time and I can't believe how hard it is not to hurt myself. Like, I have no idea who I am and I have no idea how to find out. That I feel like I have major deficiencies in memory. Like my brain stops working and stops registering. It feels like how dyslexia and ADD is shown in films. My psychiatrist has not made any headway into why this is and honestly he doesn't even try to. It has always been there and I don't know if there is anything to diagnose there. But it has gone progressively worse since 2017 when I was actually diagnosed with severe depression, anxiety, social phobia, suicidal tendencies, anger disorder and OCD. I don't tell this to anyone because I already feel like a failure and I don't want people to think I am making excuses for my laziness. Which is not laziness but times of when my brain refuses to function properly. Would have offed myself long ago if I didn't feel an ingrained sense of duty towards my mother and sister. I once stole a book from the book fair at my school. It was being held in our school library but it leaked out into the hall of the school. I didn't have enough money to buy it. So in one fell swoop I unzipped my backpack quietly and put it in. Zipped it up and walked away in about 3 seconds. School had just gotten out and the lady who was in charge of the whole thing was working with the cash register right behind me. I've never gotten away with something that clean since. Wasn't even a book I wanted to mayo. I'm going to die alone. I reached such a high state of inner peace and passivity that it just doesn't bother me that no one is with me. Throughout the years I need less and less to interact with anybody unless necessary to the point that I consider sleeping throughout a whole day a day well spent. OP, you are an amazing person with your kind, compassionate responses. Thank you and big internet hugs to you. I was ARP-head when I was 17 and he gave me herpes. Feels like I'll never get a love life here. Just sitting here watching all my friends live their lives happily. Duck. Did you know that 40% of people who have 10+ sexual partners will test positive for herpes on blood work? And that with preventative medication the chances of passing it on are almost none? Having herpes doesn't exclude you from love or sex. I'm also very sorry for what happened to you. Another thing is that this pandemic is turning me into a creature of shadows. I haven't slept in 2 years. I hiss at sunlight. I'm most active at night. And I can't stop thinking about how I'm gonna die. I am loving being able to wear a mask everywhere I go without being looked on a weird way. Since my teenagers I had anxiety because of the bullying I suffered. I since then had a hatred for my looks and became very nervous when interacting with people I don't know. But now that everybody is, or at least should be, wearing masks, I have been more comfy interacting with others. Semicolon. Edit. Thanks for all the thumb ups people. I'm glad knowing I'm not the only one that feel this comfy wearing masks. Despite acting like it during the retelling of the story, I actually have no remorse for almost killing a guy who attacked my brother and actually derive a large amount of pleasure from the memory. I genuinely do not want a good career. I am so tired of being the smart kid. I wish I could just work in McDonald's or be a garbage dude or just any job that requires repetitive motion but no problem solving skills. If I could live securely driving a school bus I would do it happily for the rest of my life. Question. Have you actually tried a job like that? I spent a semester stocking shelves. The first 2 weeks were great. And then I learned that I actually hate spending 8 hours a day not using my brain. If yes, then there's nothing wrong with that. Some of those jobs make good money. 2. Do that. Where I hid them. Coming to a Reddit special near you. I really need to get my cat off my chest because I need to pee. But she's purring and snuzzling me. Some days I wish I could just be a useless stoner. Get fat from eating utter junk all day. Do nothing more productive than play video games. Bass guitar. and go for nature walks. Basically, some days I wish I was 17 again. I adore my kids and enjoy my life, but there are days when I'm just so tired from the weight of responsibility. I think I'm B. I'm attracted to men and women near equally at times. Which means I probably am. But in some kind of denial or something. I have a wife and kids. And don't plan on any kind of cheating. I'll likely die without having explored it. I'll die without exploring other women outside of my wife as well. Why tell people and stress everyone out? I suffer from sometimes debilitating PTSD. While my wife is aware that I have PTSD, she has no clue how bad it can get. I hide this from her because I don't ever want her to see me as less than Superman. I hide the extent of it from the VA. I am currently rated as having mild PTSD with the VA because I don't want the federal government to keep records of it for fear of future mental health legislation. Irrational fear or not. One former soldier to another. I wouldn't keep this from your wife. Superman has kryptonite and is still Superman. Right? Being honest with your wife is not going to make her think less of you. It's going to get you probably the best ally you can have during all of this. Besides, true strength is allowing yourself to show weakness without shame. You shouldn't have to go it alone, brother. You don't want to tell the VA, and I understand that. Don't tell them. But don't shut out the person in your corner. You're her Superman. Let her be your Lois Lane. Well, I don't have anything else to get off my chest since I've made a new friend on Reddit who is really open with me and lets me tell them all my problems. They really try to make me feel better. But a few days ago this would have been great for me. But now I found a really kind person and I'm finally happy. 2 weeks ago my doctor told me I'm in the early stages of glaucoma. I'm an artist. I cannot imagine losing my vision. If it comes down to that, I've already decided I won't live without my sight. I'm not trying to be all dramatic and I'm not even emotional about it. I just don't want to live if I cannot see or paint ever again. My feelings for life don't exist. I don't want to die or anything. I'm not suicidal. I just don't feel much anymore. Dude, I have so much baggage that I wouldn't know where to begin. Start at the beginning, my dude. Keeping my autism from my dad. He already doesn't like me and hardly talks to me. This would just be something extra that would make him dislike me more. I didn't grow up how he wanted me to. And this is just another example of that. My best friend tried to kill herself. And it's been horrible for her close friends and family. But selfishly I'm mad that her parents expect me to look out for her when that's what I've been trying to do for over 3 years. No matter how much I tried to be there for her and help, she still wanted to die. And it pisses me off. I'm unsure if I want my birth dad in my life. He's just like me. Or I'm just like him. But his thinking is so backwards and extreme in some aspects. He's not a bad guy, I'm just not sure. I got hurt by my birth mom when I met her and I've known birth dad longer than when I met her, but I'm still expecting something. He says I'm needy but he lives out on the west coast. What could I ever need from him? I want to take more pictures with my friends and family because the way my depression is acting. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be here. Edit. Thank you so much for all of the kind words and PMs. Reading my thoughts made me realize how bad this has gotten. I told my boyfriend how I've been feeling and we're going to get me some help. Bless you all. Truly. Un copyright airing. Edit 2. Wanted to share this nugget of wisdom that I read today. Your pet won't know where you went and they'll spend the rest of their life waiting for you to come back to them. I'm too scared to break up with my girlfriend for several reasons. 1. I'm not in a good place mentally. And I fear my mind is clouding my judgment. 2. She has no idea and it would crush her. 3. It's hard and expensive to find a decent place to live alone. I know the last 2 makes me a horrible person. No need to add to the hate towards me. I'm self-sufficient of hatred. I actually prefer to wear women's underwear over men's. I find them way more comfortable, plus I think they just look nicer than boxers or briefs. As a woman, I prefer men's boxers. Edit. Only for work. They keep me from chafing. It's gonna be the first time I'm gonna say it publicly. I prefer women. But I would 100% lay with another man. The cat pooped on my bed and 8-year-old me pooped in his litter box. I'm absolutely in love with my best friend. It's killing me keeping this from her, but she has a boyfriend and I can't risk our friendship. Haven't had sex in almost 2 years and I'm dying to be in a relationship, at least get laid. But I think I lost my game and I'm starting to wonder if I had any to begin with. OP, I want to be BFFs with you because I've read the posts and your replies and you are amazing. It's official. We're BFFs. When we were 8 or 9 I pretty much let another boy uppay me and then enjoyed it for a couple of years. I had the same thing happen at that age by another boy about 8. And a year later by a boy who was 14. I am 37 and finally opened up about it to my therapist and my wife a couple months ago. It was extremely hard to do. But after processing it to the point I have now, I am feeling better about it and recognizing it was not my fault. As others have said, find a therapist you are comfortable with and trust. They will help you work through what happens. I'm gay. Hi gay, I'm dad. Not a deep secret or anything. But my grandma tore a few ligaments in her knee a few years ago and the pain meds didn't do too much to help. So, I gave her a small piece of an edible lol. A half hour later she was laid out in the chair just grinning and watching Hallmark movies lol. No one in the family knows this. And it's hilarious to me lol. I am 23-year-old guy and I have never hugged a girl. No one knows this. I am a social and fun guy to be around. Not even my parents believed me when I told them recently. No one expects it from me. I don't know how to communicate what I am really feeling. I tend to play off my emotions and seem very neutral in real life. But I feel like I'm screaming in my head most of the time. I'm quite introverted and overall a quiet person. So no one questions my sort of stoic presence. Constant anxiety and overthinking rule my thoughts. I'm not sure how I can change or if I'm even willing to open up. I never have done it before. I'm afraid to tell someone or anyone in my life that for years on end. All I have felt is numb and sad.